Hello to you. Well, it's Scott Picken, the CEO of the Global Wealth Group, and I want to bring you another weekly wealth insight. And you can see here that I'm standing at, it's called Tanika Treetops. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It's basically all these tree houses that are in the trees with these magnificent views out over the valley. So what's this weekly wealth insight about? Well, I think it's a major lesson. I think it's very profound. And I think I turned 45 this year in February, and I have to say, why did I only figure it out in my 45th year? I've been to India, and most people are trying to have, do, be. They just kind of think, well, if I have $1 million, then I'll do the things I love and I'll be the person I want to be. And I remember in India learning, it's the other way around. You have to be, and then you do, and then you have. And I learned this week, because I've been reading a book by Joe Dispenza called Breaking the Habit of Being You. I highly recommend it. I'll put a link to it below. And it's really interesting because he talks about how our body's all energy. Now, you probably all know this already. But what he said is that you got to set your goals. So that's with your head. That's your intentions. That's your outcomes. Now, I've done that for 25 years, very effectively. I'd say probably slightly more aggressively than most people I've ever met. But quite often I don't reach my goals. If I look at my future vision for 2021, I was quite disappointed to read it. And it was a bit of a fiction story for me or for anyone, And when I was reading this book, I realized why. It's because to get your goals, to get your outcomes, your head and your heart have to be in alignment. So your head is the outcome you want or the goal that you want. And your heart is, how do you feel? Do you feel? You have to feel and be the person. It's the intuition. It's the feeling part of you. And if your heart and your head are not in alignment, then the goal is not a reality. So you can say, my goal is to make $1 million. But if you don't feel and be like someone that deserves $1 billion or would behave in that way, the universe will not provide it for you. So this wealth insight is really simple. Well, I suppose it's two levels. One is I highly recommend getting the book. The book is 2012, so it's nearly 10 years old. But it's one of the best books that I've ever read in terms of understanding your mind, understanding how and who you need to become to achieve the goals and to create an extraordinary life for yourself. And if you're not prepared to read the book, then maybe just focus on what I've just said. It's not about having, doing, and being. It's about being, feeling, doing, and having. So rather than be, do, have, it's be, feel, do, have. So that's my takeaway for 2022. It's a massively profound lesson for me and something that I'm really focusing on, not only individually, but with my work teams and with my friends. Because if we don't make those changes, none of us will ever achieve what we want in our lives. So here's to a great year for you. Make sure that you be, feel, do, and have a wonderful year. If you enjoyed this Wealth Insight, subscribe to the channel. We bring them out every Friday, and I look forward to hearing your results. We want to empower 1 billion people. We can't do it on our own. We need your help. So please share it with your friends, and let's do it one person at a time as we inspire them and give them the knowledge so that they too can have the freedom that they want in their lives. Till next week. Cheers.